Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel, where I'm always breaking down the hot sports topics of the day. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my 2013 NFL draft coverage with needs analysis for each team. And next up is the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are a team that obviously have a very well-rounded, talented roster. I think this draft will be used to plug some of the minor holes they have both on offense and on defense. Their needs, as far as I see them, are a receiver to stretch the field, a tight end to complement Zach Miller, and a defensive tackle pass rush kind of player. I think the first two of these needs they address in this draft. I look for them in the first round. If someone like a Tavon Austin is available, or a Keenan Allen even, if he happens to slip due to some minor injury concerns he has, I look for them to jump on one of those two guys, a receiver that can stretch the field. You know, the Seahawks, they don't have bad receivers. I think the receivers are a little bit underrated, but they're a little bit thin at the position. And I think if they can get a guy to add depth and to stretch the field, I think that would be good for John Schneider to add to Darrell Bevell's offense there out in Seattle. As far as the tight end position goes, I think there's good value at the tight end position a little bit later in the draft. To throw some names at you, Jordan Reed from Florida. Right, he's from Connecticut just like Aaron Hernandez. He went to the University of Florida just like Aaron Hernandez. And he's similar in that he can provide some mismatch problems for slower safeties and linebackers as a pass-catching tight end. He might be a good complement to someone like Zach Miller, who's more of a sure-handed, lumbering sort of tight end. Also, Travis Kelce from Cincinnati. He's another guy to keep your eye on. I don't think Seattle will use the #1 pick on a tight end and take a Zach Ertz or a Tyler Eifert. I think there's a lot of depth at this position, and I think with Zach Miller already there, they're going to be looking for a complement there. So keep an eye out for Kelce and Jordan Reed to see how that develops. As far as the defensive tackle spot goes, you know, they're going to be relying on this defensive tackle that they bring in, whether via free agency or the draft, to provide a pass rush. I don't think you can realistically expect a rookie defensive tackle to come in and learn the nuances of rushing the passer from that position in the NFL. When you have guys on the outside, like a Bruce Irvin last year, most notably on the outside, where they can use their quickness to get around the edge, I think that's a different story. So I think the Seahawks, although they may add some defensive tackle help for depth later in the draft, I think they actually go the way of free agency for their tackle spot and maybe pick up a Richard Seymour or a Randy Stark, someone of that nature, to plug that hole rather than going through the draft. You know, the Seahawks hit home runs in the draft last year with Bruce Irvin in the first round, Bobby Wagner in the second round, and of course Russell Wilson in the third round. It'll be interesting to see if the Snyder-Carroll combination in the front office there can repeat that performance. I think, again, they used their first two picks on a receiver and a tight end. And I think they used the rest of the draft to fill in their overall depth at all positions, which is certainly needed by all teams to replenish every year to basically replace the guys you've lost in the offseason. So let me know what you think of the Seahawks draft, what you think they need. I'll be doing these needs analysis for all 32 teams. Be sure to check out my mock draft as well. Thanks as always for listening, guys. And if you subscribe to my channel here, you get all of my videos delivered directly to you. Thanks again and have a good day.